My top 10 for Division I men's tennis goes as follows. Texas at number 1. Yes, you could make the debate that TCU should be number 1 now after TCU defeated them in the Big 12 final. And it was just unbelievable comeback by TCU, in the singles. Yes, they claimed doubles point at all, but they lost 5 first sets. Texas only claimed 1 singles win. That's it. 4-1. TCU's number 2 for me. Ohio State 3. Kentucky at number 4 because they won the SEC tournament. Virginia number 5, obviously, because they won the ACC tournament. Georgia 6. South Carolina 7. Michigan 8. Tennessee 9. USC 10. I will say USC does have Laurentian, like I said last week, the best freshman. As 2 weeks ago, he's back. So I consider him now a national title contender, for sure. But teams outside looking in, like Duke, the ACC runner-up, Harvard, Columbia, Arizona, North Carolina, just to name some teams. I'm going to go over the team rankings now, 1 through 25, as well as the 26 through 40. Then I'll go over bubble teams. Now, the 1 through 25 first is the following. Texas, TCU. Well, based on points, TCU is technically 1 point behind them. And those two teams have split 2 times in 4 meetings this year, 2-2. Ohio State 3, Kentucky, Virginia, Georgia, Michigan, South Carolina, Tennessee, USC, as in University of Southern California, Duke, Harvard, Columbia, Arizona, North Carolina, Mississippi State, Florida State, Texas A&M, Utah, Florida, Wake Forest, Auburn, Stanford, Illinois, and NC State. Now 26 through 40 goes as follows. Northwestern, Ole Miss, Middle Tennessee State, who won their Conference USA, Cal, San Diego, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, LSU, Louisville, Memphis, UCLA, Pepperdine, VCU, USCB, as University of California, Santa Barbara, and Cornell. But now some bubble teams to keep an eye on. And this is on collegetennisranks.com, and go to the projected rankings. And this is as of today. And granted, it's like they jumped ahead of this team because of a head-to-head deal. Well, SMU is definitely in. I can't consider them a bubble team, but Tulane, they lost the American Championship. They're on the bubble. UTSA, they were the runner-up in the Conference USA. They're a bubble team. Washington is technically in right now. Arizona State is technically in right now. Of course, that's I'm not including SMU in this last 4 in because they won a conference tournament. They're automatically in. So that's just those 4. Though granted, Baylor could be on that list. Cornell. I can't really, unless VCU and USCB don't win the conference tournament, I think they're still in. But if they lose, that I don't know. And A10 for the VCU and Big West for USCB anyway. Pepperdine's kind of there. Memphis as well. But Memphis is more safe than anybody. Teams outside looking in would be, and I'm not including ineligible teams that have finished their season. Oklahoma State, for starters. Yes, they beat Texas Tech 4-3. But now they are on the outside looking in. It's because of Washington. It's 2 wins over the weekend. And Miami, Florida, they're kind of done on their season anyway. Nebraska, Oregon, Yeah, that's those four teams. Penn and Princeton are there too, but I think one of them doesn't have any more matches. Well, the other one does have one more match on the year, but the problem for them is. But I'm gonna look and see. Okay, as for Princeton, they don't have any matches remaining. Basically, they're screwed. Princeton is. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. You're that far down. And it doesn't help that the Ivy League doesn't have a conference tournament anyway. Yeah, and same thing goes for Penn. They're screwed too. There's no way they're going to get on unless major chaos happens. But even chaos happens, they're not going to get enough. They don't have enough points, not enough meat on the bone. But I will say the Pac-12 and the Big Ten are the teams to keep an eye on for a bubble this week. And I kind of mentioned that in their respective conferences, and the tournament is set for them. But if Arizona State, you know what's crazy is Oregon plays Arizona State. First match. Loser of that match, you're going to NIT. That's the truth. I mean, even if the winner of that match is going to take on USC, and USC is a lot stronger now. Good luck with them. I mean, Nebraska kind of has to win the conference tournament or a few matches just to even get in at this point. And Wisconsin's like down there too. I mean, so they're kind of in danger. I mean, but if you're those bubble teams right now, or close to them, you gotta hope for no bid stealers, aka Arizona State. I mean, Nebraska, Oregon, Arizona State. Arizona State technically is in right now, but if you're Oklahoma State, you got to hope Arizona State loses right away. That's your kind of your only hope, really, in Washington as well. I mean, both of those lose, they're in trouble. And what's the killer is for Washington in men's tennis, really, they're going to have to play a 2 seed, I believe. But I'm going to double check. I know I went over that in the Pac-12, they have to take on Arizona. But remember, last year Arizona was the 1 seed and Washington beat them. And we're going to have to wait and see what happens in these conference tournaments anyway, because not always the favorite wins. I mean, whoever's the 1 seed doesn't always win. And there could be some chaos. I mean, last week, Mississippi State lost unexpectedly. I mean, to Alabama. So, and technically Baylor could be on that list too, on the first 4 in. But when you go under NCAA projections, they're kind of ahead because of strength of schedule. And the cut line would be at number 46 right now. So, it's going to be interesting. And we're going to know by Monday who gets in, who gets out, who's left out. And the first 8 teams are probably going, that are not like conference winners. They're going to be in NIT, or if they want to be even be in NIT. If you like this content, hit like and subscribe and see you guys later. 5 subscribers, we're on the road to it. Let's go. And of course, there are some other conference tournaments as well. That's just the main ones to keep an eye on, because that's the bubble teams on the conferences here, because ACC, Big 12, and SEC are done. I mean,